I am Meygha EX03470. I would like to reflect on some matters after completing our group project about case on PCAOB website. At the beginning of the subject matter of audit quality, what was your views on audit quality and audit quality in Malaysia? Have your views changed? If so, how? If they have not been challenged or changed, why not? At the beginning, I was skeptical about audit quality and audit quality in Malaysia because I believe there are a lot of circumstances that could lead to reduction in effectiveness of an audit. Auditors may also consider their personal interest and relationship with their client in carrying out the audit process. Nonetheless, now my views have changed after reading the standards pertaining to audit quality. Auditors are required to follow specific and strict guidelines to ensure audit quality and issue an accurate audit opinion. In what ways this group project enables you to exercise professional judgment and professional skepticism in future? There will be room for errors when exercising professional judgment when coming up with estimates. Therefore, it is important to be diligent and careful in the auditing process. Professional skepticism is also something that is vital for auditors. They should exercise an adequate amount of skepticism to be able to identify errors and fraud that tend to be masked by client companies. Your belief in being ethical, be it by the way you have been taught or brought up, your religious values, is it in tandem with the professional ethics as prescribed by the MIA bylaws? Yes, my religious belief in being ethical is not very different from professional ethics prescribed by the MIA bylaws. In all areas of life, including professional work, it is highly essential for someone to maintain honesty, integrity, just, fair, and free from bias when making decisions. An accounting practitioner should also handle work tasks with due care and not being negligent about performing his duties well enough.
Hello and hi, my name is Lyana binti Mahat. My matrix number is EX03438. Okay, today I will discuss about individual self-reflection journal, which is in regards to the cases I have been studying before. Okay, for the question one, at the beginning of the subject matter of audit quality, what was your views on audit quality and audit quality in Malaysia? Okay, in my views on audit quality in Malaysia, okay, the responsibility for performing quality of audits is rests with the auditors. Okay, however, audit quality is best achieved in an environment where there is support from an appropriate interaction among participants in the financial reporting supply chain. Okay, most prior studies look into audit quality from the perspective of private sector. The auditor's competency is the most significant factor affecting the audit quality in public sector audit. I think auditors' competency should be enhanced among the auditors in public sector to ensure high quality of audit work performed. Okay, in future studies, it should explore other variables such as client satisfaction, auditors switching, and auditors turnover in public sector auditing. Okay, for the second question, which is in what ways this group project enables you to exercise professional judgment and professional skepticism in future? Okay, my answer is from this group project, it's enabled me to exercise professional judgment on both the quantity and the quality of evidence. Okay, the seriousness of the risk, the materiality of the item in terms of strength and internal control, and the sampling method used. Okay, the third question, your belief in being ethical, be it by the way you have been taught or brought up. Your religious values, is it in tandem with the professional ethic as prescribed by MIA bylaws? Okay, yes, my belief in being ethical by the way I have been taught, and it is tandem with the professional ethics as prescribed by the MIA bylaws. Okay, ethics is about principle, values, and belief. which is influence, judgment, and behavior. Okay. Okay, it is goes beyond obeying laws, rules, and regulation. It is about doing a right thing in the circumstances. In the existence of trust is essential to business and society, is it? Okay, and uh, a distinguishing mark of the auditor profession is its acceptance of the responsibility to act in public interest. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Hello everyone. At the beginning of the subject matter of audit quality, first question. Hello everyone. The first question about the reflection is at the beginning of the subject matter of audit quality. What was my views on audit quality and audit quality in Malaysia? Have my views changed? If so, how? If they have not been challenged or changed, why not? Okay, my views on audit quality is we need to know about the audit quality. What is audit quality? Audit quality encompasses the key elements that create the environment which maximize the likelihood that quality audits are performed on consistent basis. A quality audit is likely to have achieved by an engagement team that, which is first exhibited appropriate values, ethics, and attitudes. Second was sufficiently knowledge, skill, and experience, and had sufficient time allocated to perform the audit work. Third was sufficiently knowledgeable skill. The third is apply a rigorous audit process and quality control procedure that comply with law, regulations, and applicable standards. Next, it provided useful and timely reports, and lastly, interacted relevant stakeholder. The responsibility to perform the qualities of financial statement rests with auditors. However, audit quality is best achieved in an environment where there is support from an appropriate interaction among the participants in the financial reporting supply. In my view on audit quality in Malaysia is um, there is a lot of change that we can see is the Malaysian accounting and auditing profession are fairly mature. Malaysian accounting and auditing standard, which are aligned with the international standard. Okay, the second question is, in what ways this group project enables me to exercise professional judgment and professional skepticism in future? An audit involve performing procedure to obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence. The auditor professional judgment is applied in deciding which procedures are to be performed. To be able to make appropriate judgment, auditors should rely on their experience and draw on their integrity, objectivity, and professional skepticism. Therefore, professional Therefore, professional skepticism can be seen as one of the cornerstones of professional judgment. Professional skepticism is identified by international standard on audit ISAS as the attitude of audit team members. Attitude generally refers to someone's point of view, frame of mind, perspective, and even a way looking at things. Therefore, professional skepticism can be explained as the audit team members' frame of mind when performing an audit. The ISAs prescribe this attitude as having questioning mind. Questioning mind. elected condition indicative of possible misstatement due to error or fraud and critical assessment of audit evidence. The fact that auditors need to be independent enhances auditors' professional skepticism. In performing an audited professional skepticism would require editors to be alert to audit evidence that contradict with the audit evidence already obtained. Information that brings into question the reliability of audit evidence, condition that may be indicative of fraud and need to be added to for additional audit procedures. This will reduce the risk that auditors will overlook unusual circumstances, drawing over generalizing conclusion and using inappropriate assumptions when in determining the nature, timing, and extent of audit procedures, and evaluating the result thereof. Relying on their professional skepticism, audit or team members would apply professional judgment to interpret relevant ethical requirements and relevant ISAs for them to be able to make informed decisions required throughout the audit. Even though the even though the even though the ISAs describe the audited objective and establish minimum requirements for the audit, the majority of ISAs either provide the framework for judgment to be made during the audit or need judgment for them. The ISA to be properly applied. Professional judgment exercise throughout the audit needs to be appropriately documented. Professional judgment should never be used to justify decisions that are not supported by fact and circumstances of the engagement of sufficient appropriate audit evidence. For As for conclusion, although professional skepticism and professional judgment can be separately defined, it is often used in combination throughout the planning, performing of audit to among other things. Okay, which is first identify audit risk based on the auditor's understanding and the auditor and in its internal control as well as determine materiality. Second, next, determine the nature, timing, extent, or audit procedures to meet the requirements of the ISAs and gather audit evidence. Third, evaluate whether sufficient appropriate audit evidence has been obtained. Next, evaluate management judgments in applying the applicable financial reporting framework. And lastly, draw conclusion based on audit evidence obtained. Okay. Therefore, every auditor should, during each audit engagement, to ensure that every decision taken, whether deciding what to do or drawing a conclusion on procedure performed or evidence obtained should always be taken, apply both professional skepticism and professional judgment. Okay, the last question is your belief in being ethical, be it by the way we have been taught or brought up my religious values and it in tandem with professional ethics as prescribed by MIA by law. For me, yes, it is totally tandem with professional ethics and as prescribed by MIA by law. Nothing contradict with it. That's all for today. Okay, bye.